What's going on, everybody? William here. Today I wanted to talk about what I pay for my 2020 Dodge Charger right here, Scat Pack. But first, before we do that, this is the Jeep right here. It's my wife's car. Before we do that, let's get this bad boy started. It's a good thing I didn't wash it because it looks like it's gonna rain in Las Vegas. All right, so here we go. Gotta get that cold start. How's that sound? All right, guys, as you can tell, I'm inside the car now, and I gotta admit, Dodge did a good job on the cabin noise. Doesn't matter how loud your exhaust is, it's not unbearable inside the car. You can still talk, you can still listen to the radio, so I think they did a great job on that. But let's get to it. Okay, funny story. I wasn't even looking to buy a car. I got up Saturday morning, I think it was in February? Yeah, February. I regularly, for some reason, I don't know why, I just like to look at what cars are for sale. And I happened to go on CarMax. They never, at least here in Las Vegas, they never have Scat Packs. So I go on there, and Lord and behold, the first car that pops up is this F8 green 2020 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. And I love Chargers. I had an 2006 SRT8. I loved that car. Favorite car. I wish I still had it. But I do. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. Had some mechanical issues. And I ended up getting a Camaro instead. I love the Camaro, don't get me wrong, I loved it. But the Charger has always been my first love. So I saw it. I ran into my son's room, and he's a big car enthusiast. I don't know if you guys were able to see it. He has the EcoBoost Mustang in the back, 2016. Gorgeous car for a four-banger. It's, well, the EcoBoost, pretty much everybody knows by now. It got some live to it, you know. So it'll surprise you. It'll sneak up on you. Well, anyways, so I can't talk to him. Anything about cars. If I wanted to get a, my wife is laughing at me because I'm sitting in the car in the rain. But what she doesn't know is that the car is dirty. I haven't washed it because it's been raining all week. So, haha to her. Anyways, back to the story. I end up going to his room. He sees it and he goes crazy. If I wanted to get an unbiased opinion, that's the wrong person to go ask, because he's just as bad with cars as I am. So like, we gotta see it. And my daughter is the same way. She's 12. Same way. And she's like, oh, is that a Hellcat? Like, no, it's not a Hellcat. Then she starts crying. I want a Hellcat, Daddy, I want a Hellcat. I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't even know what a Scat Pack is. So anyways, she says, okay, let me go see it. So she goes with it. We all go to CarMax. And I think the car was selling for $42,900, something like that. It was $42,900, and then as you all know, you can't haggle at CarMax, which, because I love haggling when I'm going to buy a car, but no problem. I love the car. I love the Chargers. I mean, I hadn't seen it at this time yet, but it was about $42,900. So I decided to, before because I hate going through that whole process and all that, and I know that CarMax doesn't haggle. So what I did is I went on to Capital One. And so, let me just see. So I go in, I punch all my information, boom, 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 boom. They came back with, I'm pre-approved for $70,000. Now, mind you, that's kind of getting into Hellcat territory, but you know what? I had an idea how much I wanted to pay monthly, and I knew that the Hellcat would go beyond that. So I said, okay, no problem. And if you go on the Capital One, you can punch in the VIN number of the car you want and where it's at, the location where it's at, and it'll tell you how much your monthly is and what your interest rate is and all that. So I went into CarMax knowing what my interest rate was, everything like that. So we get there, the salesman walks us to the car, la-di-da-di. As soon as I saw it, I loved it. I loved it. Oh, by the way, it has, at the time, it has 13,000 miles on a 2020. So it's fairly low miles, you know. And like I said, this was back in February. So here we go. So I get in the car, I drive it, instantly fall in love with it. The car is immaculate. Whoever had it before me took very good care of it. I mean, I loved it. My son loved it. My daughter loved it. She didn't even know what a Scat Pack was. All she knew was about a Hellcat. As soon as she heard that engine turn on and that exhaust go off, that was it. She was in love with the F8 green Dodge Charger Scat Pack. That was it. She forgot all about a Hellcat, which she's never even been in. No, so I drove it. They told me, go ahead, test drive it, you know. So I drove it all the way to my house. Luckily, I live close enough. I drove it to my house. So I told my wife, hey, I'm getting this. See that? She looked at the sticker price. Oh, it's not too bad. $42.9, and with taxes and all that, after we came, well, let me go back. I sat down with the salesman, and I told him, you know what? I told him I'm already pre-approved, but let's see if I can get a better rate from somebody else, because Capital One had approved me for a 4.59 interest rate. So he punched it in, and then the lowest that it came back, I forgot what company it was like a 6 something. I said absolutely not. So I went with the Capital One. So after all the taxes and all that, came out to about 46,000 something with all the taxes and fees, and I ended up having them, which in hindsight I probably should have registered it myself, but hey, I got enough on my plate. I didn't feel like dealing with the whole DMV thing. So I came out to about 46.6, something like that, and I decided, you know what, I put $5,000 down, which brought it down to a 41.3, I believed. And my payments through Capital One, I already knew what they were, which my payments were $664 a month with a 4.59 interest rate, and I put $5,000 down. I said, okay, but I had other ideas. Well, I wasn't staying with a 4.59 or a $664 payment. So I gave them the $5,000. I took the car. I loved it. I've never had an issue. I mean, I've only had it since February, but I've never had an issue. This car, and like I said, whoever had it before me just took great care of it. I love this car. So about a month goes, I'd say about 2 months go by, and I hit up my credit union. And they asked for all my information. They ran my credit again, and he comes back with he can do 2.39, something like that. I jumped on it. 2%, 2.39%, and so everything went through. I got approved, and it lowered my payment to $600 even and 27 cents at a 2.39%. 2.39% interest rate. Plus the option, well, Capital One had the option to do principal payments too. Plus the option to do principal payments. So I financed, well, go back. I financed through Capital One $41,300. You know, I made a few payments. I paid a couple payments then. So with the payoff through the credit union, you know, the payoff was like 40,000. I think $40,102, something like that. And but I mean, that's, I lost a couple $100 on that. I knew I'd make it up with the lower interest rate, and I'm saving $64 a month on the car payment. So that's what I pay now, $600.27 for a 2020 Dodge Charger Scat Pack. And in Las Vegas, if you know this market, you know that for this car, it's pretty good. I could have put more down, but why? I could have actually walked out without putting any money down. And right now, with how things are, I'm actually up, right side up on the car. So I could actually sell, I mean, with everything going on with the chip shortage and all that, and the shortage of used cars, I could actually sell this back and probably get my $5,000 back plus more. But I love this car. The only thing I'd probably sell it for would probably be a Hellcat, but I know me. I love this car. I'll probably end up in the future getting me a Hellcat, a Challenger. Like, okay, I have the Challenger, the Hellcat, and then I'll probably daily my Scat Pack, you know. So that's about it. So that's what I pay for a 2020 Dodge Charger 392 Scat Pack, $600.27. I could have just said $600 even, right? But hey, I guess I'm difficult. Well, that's about it, guys. If you like this, the content, you want to see more about, my car and future cars that I'm going to buy, and also mods I'm going to do to the car. I plan on, let's see how this goes, but I plan on seeing how much power I can get from this Scat Pack. Who knows? I might add a, supercharger blower. I know I was just saying, for all that, you might as well get a Hellcat. But you know what? It's my car. I might have fun doing it. Who knows? Or I might just get the Challenger Hellcat, and and I also want a wide body. So guys, if you enjoy the content, leave a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, and see you guys later. Peace.